Hi, I'm Jalen Tabiosas BCE3B. Today I'll show you two activities that uses 7 segmented LED display. For our first exercise, we will create a program that will automatically count from 0 to 9 and will repeat continuously. First, let's identify our variables. Pin 2 will be named as pin A, and pin 3 will be named as pin B, and so on. We will also add an integer t, which is equal to 500. We will use it later in our time delay, which is measured in milliseconds. Now in void setup, pin mode, we will identify all the pin from pin A to pin G as output. Here in void loop, we can loop the display of numbers from 0 to 9. For number 0, this is the code, and the delay t, which is equals to 500 milliseconds. Here is for 1. For 2, this is the code that will display number 2 in the 7 segmented LED. And this code will display number 3 in the LED, number 4 for number 5, for number 6, for number 7, and for number 8, and lastly for number 9. This is a void loop, so it will continue to loop. Let's verify it and let's upload it in our Arduino and check its functionality. Now it is counting from 0 to 9, and the time delay is 500 milliseconds. Now for exercise 2, we will create a program that when we click switch 1, the LED will count up from 0 to 9. However, if we click switch 2, it will count down from 9 to 0. So here are the codes. We define the pins and we add the switch 1 and switch 2, which is attached in pin 11 and pin 12 respectively. Like in exercise 1, we define the pins as output. Now let's go to the void loop. Let's create the first condition for switch 1. So if it is pressed or give a high value, it will show or display the number 0 first, and then followed by 1. The same in the previous exercise, this code will display number 1 in the LED, and the time delay is t, which is equal to 500 milliseconds. So as you observe, the digital write is used in a way that it will display the number 0 first, then 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That is the code that will function if the digital read in switch 1 is high. However, or else, the switch 1 is low, the pins will all be valued as 1. It will not display any number. Now for condition of switch 2. If the switch 2 is pressed or the digital read for switch 2 is high, it will give the following digital write. The digital write will start from 9 and then will followed by 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So it is counting down. However, if the switch 2 is not clicked or the digital read is low, the pins will have the value of 1 on it will not display light in the LED or display any number. Now let's verify and let's upload it in our Arduino. Now I'm clicking the switch 1 and it's counting from 0 to 9. Now let's try the switch 2. It counts from 9 to 0. Let's try in another angle and you can see that it is working perfectly.